Hello. I've just been on the phone with the Red Bull marketing team, and I'm back again with a banana and a coffee. That's a little bit too strong. Ah! That's the caffeine for you. Now, retention, sky high. But, I've got a banana here because I've been up in potassium intake. I was looking at something because, everyone wants to be a looks max, all right? And me and my friends had a huge running joke about this ages ago. We were on the way back from a university open day, and basically we were on the London Underground, high maxing everywhere. So you'd have to find a vantage point to gain elevation. The definition of high maxing would be that all other factors equal, you mog. You're just taller than your mog opponent. Your mog op. I like mog op mog. No. Anyway. And so we were doing fucking pull-ups on the things. Oh, you don't know because I haven't said anything. On the trains, there were bars going along, doing little pull-ups on those. I was in a different carriage to them. I was carriage mogging them. And one of the ways you can look smacks is by getting a chiseled face. And I am not fat. And I was my face looks a bit pudgy. And I was looking into it. And the reason it kind of stuck was because the thing that you use, basically there's fluid in your face. This is not at all intuitive. I never thought about this. There's fluid in your face that sits just under the skin, and it has to be drained out your face. And you can do massages, you do one here, and then you do one here under the cheekbone, and then you drone out and down. And you do that with something called a gua sha, which is so nice to say. That's why it stuck. Or with just an edge, your hands, knuckles you can do it with. If you do attempt this, do it in the shower though, or with a lot of lubricant on your face. Anyway, 2 minutes of wonderful. But one of the ways you can reduce bloating is by if you have really high levels of sodium, your muscles store water, and then potassium, hence banana, means that you don't have that water. Anyway, why am I here? Let me tell you a tale of what. I have had a crazy fucking week. And it's made me realise a lot of cool stuff. I've just come back from one of my more algebra-based maths A-level final exams. And it went pretty good. I've got a good knack for maths. Trigonometry, no. And I just never really bothered with calculus, which some would say fundamental bits of it. But everything else I can ball with, and I'll take that. I will take that. I'm in a good mood with my banana. This is my third within 10 minutes. So, bro, I'm gonna be clavicular by the end of today, or Peely. Ah. The amount of caffeine in that, ridiculous. But now, 3 minutes and 37 seconds in. Why have I felt the need to record? Well, this past week I have had a roller coaster, and it's made me think a lot about a lot of things, about responsibility, about the impenetrable ironness of my mind. On both fronts, I fucked up. I kind of inadvertently, for the last month, have been putting myself into very high stress. I was trying to think what's it called. Edema is where you have the bloating of your face, and that's what I thought because a medical sounding thing, but I think it's just chronic stress or something, because I spoke to ChatGPT or Gemini about this, because it's pretty good. It is pretty good. And it basically, I listed everything that was happening. I just said that I just feel so blur, and I felt I could always kind of cry, but not cry and be sad, but I don't know, like, I just had like a lot of stuff going on here, and it was just going to explode out of my face, and in doing so would like spit tears, along with like saliva and like blood. You see, just like, I just wanted to, my head was going to blow up, basically. And I wasn't like enjoying life like a lot. Not like a bad way, not like a, it just was like neutral. I could have had I could be like, oh, I'm not feeling good, so I'm going to feel bad. That's stupid. But I was like, bleh. I just felt like, bleh, like really shit. And that's like got to be a favourite saying of mine. I just felt a lot like, bleh. But I did. That word, the onomatopoeia of bleh, was exactly what I felt. And I haven't gone to the gym for a while. 3 months while. I'd be like hanging out with friends, and halfway through I'd be like, why am I here? Like, it's a waste of my time. And I wouldn't give myself permission to enjoy things. And it's basically because I'd set my sights on, okay, I want to get to Poland. In order to get to Poland, I need to get a job, because when I get there's something called the Schengen limit. I think that's how you pronounce it in Polish. Schengen. Schengen. And this thing is like, you have 90 days on a rolling 180 days period that you can spend in the country if you don't have a visa or like a permit to be there. And there are various different types of permits and stuff like this. I visited a bit, and in the past 180 days, I've been there for 38 days. So I have 52 days. And ideally, I'd like to live there. Unless I'm going to die prematurely, very prematurely, 52 days is not a lot before I get kicked out. And then I'd have to wait to mid-September for it to like reset. It's the middle of June right now. June, July, August, October. No, September, October. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it'd be a bit annoying. It'd be a bit annoying. I'd have to like wait a month, and then I wouldn't get all of my 90 days back, because it's a rolling 180. The first time I went to Poland was like for a week. I'd get like a week back, and I'd have to, like, you see, it'd be really fun. So it's best that I land, I make my stand, and I don't have to move. I can like start building. Okay, the way I do that is not getting a visa. If I get a D-type visa, which is, I'm pretty sure the type I'd want to get, I have to wait for this to be approved, and while I'm waiting for it to be approved, it's going to be longer than like my amount of time. I just get kicked out, because they're like, okay, like, we'll let you back in when we approve it. I think it can take like a year sometimes. Probably wouldn't. I always err on the side of optimism. Life is very good. The world is a very good place, and there is a just God. But yeah, so I would be like, it's not really worth it. So then my other option is to get a temporary work permit. And this has a very nice little snag on it, that while it is being approved and pending for approval, you can remain. That's pretty dope shit. For this, I need to get work. And this is where the fuckery happened. So, what I basically did was set this as my ultimate goal. This is the beautiful thing about life and having a conscious experience of the world. Because you get to enjoy bananas. No, because you get to orient yourself among reality and ascribe value and meaning to things. It's very, very difficult to do this intentionally sometimes, in my opinion. But I'm not a master of the universe, so I wouldn't know. And I've got a lot to learn. Hopefully at one point, like later in life, I can do this very easily. For example, when you're going, say you want to get 100 kg bench press, that thing, if you really, really want it, you see everything else in the world through a lens of 100 kg bench press. Chocolate milk isn't chocolate milk with like so much sugar in it. It suddenly becomes like not kryptonite, anti-kryptonite. Like, you're fueled. Like, your road there, it becomes the best thing of all time. Gym sessions aren't just like sort of lazy hangouts and stuff. They're like SAS type missions where you'll drop with a purpose, so that by the end of the 2 hours, you feel a burn in your chest. And like, you see, everything you can like create it, and that is the best way to achieve your goal. Because if everything you see and you listen and you experience is geared toward this, you're probably gonna get it. But there's a very big difference between a 100 kg bench press and a job. And I unknowingly had kind of really attached a lot of meaning to this job. Or this job that I wanted to getting this work permit, basically. And it wasn't that I just gone, okay, I really want to get this, okay? Because it's not as simple as that. Let me move the banana out of the frame. It was that, like, I would kind of see it as a failure on my part if I couldn't do this. I put a bit of my identity, of my ego into that. I saw a wonderful thing yesterday that said, the ego, the mind does not hold the bandwidth, and cannot comprehend all of these simultaneous people and conscious experiences of the world. And so, because it cannot maintain this level of empathy, it retreats into itself and forms an ego. And so there's always this sort of like identity bias that you have because you're experiencing your experience. That's basically it. And that's a very interesting thing. Slightly tangential, but I think interesting nonetheless. And I heard that and I was like, oh, knowledge nugget acquired. But yeah, I put a bit of like myself into getting this, and it was like, oh, if I can't do this, like, it really sucks. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm being like a bad boyfriend. I've left school and like kind of for what? Like, I kind of want to get, like, I put all of these things, and that's a good thing. I like to do this. I like being very all in on something. But whereas with the gym, and this is originally why Ben Francis originally found a Gymshark. He said he really liked that. He knew that he can revise for something tons in school and he might still not be good at it. But if he went to the gym every day, he would succeed. He would get bigger by the end of the year. But maybe no matter how much he revised maths, he might just not be a maths person. And yeah, the not being a maths person, I might just not be a job person, basically. No, not that. But I can apply for tons of jobs. But the employer can just say no. No matter how much I do, the employer can just say no. And this is a very good thing to realize. It's important here to make the distinction that this is not me going like, oh, so like I might just not apply. Like, no, if you do a ridiculous amount of volume, so much that it's unreasonable that you would fail, you're not going to fail. That's basically it. But I'd done what I thought was this, and yeah. So this is sort of where the pressure had been coming from, that I'd kind of tied my identity up to this thing, and I felt like I had no control over my stuff, and I guess that just wore me down. And yeah, it makes sense. There were points that I literally was. There was a point where after talking with ChatGPT, or simultaneously in a different chat, I was trying to look into visa types, and for some reason, whatever that said to me that I could get a temporary permit and like stay there past the Schengen limit, just another result returned that there was no way for me to do this. It was bad prompting, but like, it was just at that moment I was like, oh fuck, like I must have just, I'm not going to be able to say, basically. I got very, very emotional. See, I'm putting like a little thing on my voice here. This is good for the clips. I got very, very emotional, and I literally just started crying. I just started crying. I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and like, it was fucked. Two very wonderful things. One of the reasons I like my situation so much is that it is incredible. Like, I do feel stuff. I have built up a bit of like a numbness to this, and I think that's just one of the ways to cope with stress. There are various ways that your brain's going to do this. So you have a slight detachment thing. So to protect yourself, sometimes you might feel like you're going through life and you're just kind of watching a movie, and that is so your brain doesn't really like get too like caught up in the fact that like, oh shit, you're actually here. Another thing is that sometimes your brain is going to imagine scenarios of like how this can end. So one of these is, oh shit, I've just spilled caffeinated coffee on my shoes, and now because of caffeine concentration, they're gonna, I don't know, grow alive and whatever. Is that you can imagine sort of ways out of your scenario, just to sort of like be like, okay, I don't want this. How do I get rid of this? And those thoughts can manifest themselves as, what if I was not here? And starting to consider what impact that would have on like your family, your friends, and stuff like this. And then also like maybe sleeping a lot as well, just feeling like really tired and stuff, because sleep becomes more of an escape. And these are not suicidal thoughts. There's a very good distinction, and you have to make this, that thoughts become, I think it's classified as suicidal when you begin to like fantasize about self-harm. But it's a perfectly logical thing to say, okay, well, how could this go away? Well, I could just go away, basically. But if you go from that to then, oh, I'm gonna like plan and kill myself on this day with this and this, then you're suicidal. But this is just something the brain does. Like, this is something like, if you have this, don't freak out. Like, it's normal. It's normal for me. But like, I'm not suicidal in any capacity. And ChatGPT told me that, oh, have you been having harmful thoughts? And I was like, no, of course. It was like, oh yeah, it's just checking Brachowski. I've personalized my guy so that he says, notice how I've just I don't think it's yeah, no, it is anthropomorphized. ChatGPT, my guy. Anthropology is the study of humans. Anthropomorphization is where you take something and you morph it and give it human qualities. Quality. You see, it's good. But yeah, it's just a bunch of code, but I've anthropomorphized it. And yeah, and I customized it so that whenever I say massive, it says, or like fade or taper, it will go no taper fade. So like, even if I put like, my nan just like died in a massive car crash and her life is now fading away slowly, it will go low taper fade. It's awesome. It's awesome. I highly recommend you do stuff like that. Highly personalized stuff is my prediction of like what's going to be big in the next few years. With AI, you can now get like adaptable code or something like this, like personalized software. Like you understand? It'll be very, very cool. I think it'll be awesome. Because it doesn't make sense that like a grandma and me both use the same version of YouTube. Obviously, YouTube may be a bad example there because the interface isn't super important. But for something like Google Maps, my interests, no, they kind of have it with interests already. But there will be some apps that I think is very, very good for. For example, on Google Maps, so grandma might need like larger text than I. Just a cool thing. Another thing's going to be big, glasses. Google are coming out with glasses later this fall. It's really annoying because I had an idea to do smart glasses, and then like I kind of found out that everyone else had already done that, and I was like, fuck. Like it's like, it's my idea. Like I didn't copy it from anyone. Yeah, I guess I've spoken about this before. Like it's good that I'm like having ideas that other people have. It might be about the smart glasses I'm talking about as well. I'm just repeating myself, and so I'm slowly going crazy. Oh well. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, there was responsibility and. But anyway, the responsibility that it gives me, because I have a lot going on in my life, along with like it being pretty cool that like I've got a good story, is good. I heard Jordan Peterson say like he thinks one of the good things that young men, or people in general, should do is try and take on as much responsibility as possible. But I kind of took on the wrong sort of responsibility. I think, and this is also what was told to me by the 500 IQ guy, was that responsibility would be like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to do this every day. And like stuff you actually have control of, not get a job. Like the responsibility for that would be, I'm going to do 100 applications a day. I'm going to do this many applications. Like, you see, like, and I kind of missed that bit and it kind of fucked me over a lot. But I'm okay now. The problem was that what it said was that because I'd stopped going to the gym, I wasn't sleeping particularly regularly. My eating had gone like not crazy shit, but like I'd sort of gone, what's the point in anything? My t-shirt's very white right now. What's the point in anything? Like, I don't need to go to the gym regularly. I don't need to hang out with friends. And all of these things are like regulatory things that stop your nervous system just going kaput, which mine kind of did. But I'm back. I'm so back. I'm not. I'm a chameleon. Anyway, but then another thing was, I was like, shit, I have been pushed over the edge. The only thing that really changed was what I knew. But while I was sitting there at my laptop and I saw this thing come up saying, oh, you won't be able to stay past the Schengen limit. And I just like sent me over, yeah, it's not crazy, but like, it was just like, oh, fuck. Like, had like someone been conspiring against me and they'd had control of my computer and just changed the information that I was receiving, they can just make me cry. Like, what the hell? Nothing real, nothing tangible has actually changed there. Just what I knew. And it was crazy. I mean, I was very, like, volatile, I guess, like, in my mind. Because I'd been a bit, like, with everything going on. But, like, yeah, I was thinking, like, one of the things I've been praying for ages was, like, God, like, why am I here? Like, I trust you, but like, what? If I trusted in God, when ChatGPT told me this, I wouldn't have been like, fuck. I would have been like, no, like, I trust in God. Or like, this is for the best. But I wasn't. And so now I know why. Like, it's kind of humbled me. I was like, oh shit. Like, let me think of a really good way to say this, because like, this is going to be one of those things that after the recording, I'll be like, I wish I'd said it like that. So just give me 1 sec. I guess it was just because that I'd been assuming that I was like, oh, I'm iron-minded and happy with stuff like that. But this just really showed me that like I wasn't. I'm not like iron-minded with like, oh, I've got an impenetrable mind, I'm da-da-da. But to be so easily like just on a dial told something that wasn't even correct. And it just went, just showed me that. I guess like maybe I need to be more skeptical, but I don't know, humbling for sure. Banana clear. And yeah, so going forward, we will remedy this. But yeah, one small other thing. It's probably best saved for another video. So, I hope you had a wonderful day. If you have any advice or anything at all, please leave it in the comments below. If you just want to say hi, there have been some wonderful people that I've seen from the comments recently. Fewer than normal, but that's because I've been posting so infrequently. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful Thursday evening, afternoon, and good night. Oh, that's good.